So, late night, you can barely see me. But, yeah, I have to go check it out. I have to. I'm in Salt Lake City. How many times do I get a chance to do this? I'll fill you in a bit. Okay. So, I want to make this a second vlog for today. So, today will be for Saturday, March 17th, 2018. Vlog number 75. Yeah, I think that's right. I'm sorry, I'm recording this before I even edited vlog number 74. So this vlog is going to be my little review of my little late night adventure I did here in Salt Lake City. So, what did I do? I was bored in my room, and of course, what did I want to do? And I was kind of hoping to do when I came up here. I wanted to go to a adult gentlemen's club, strip club. Yeah, so I went. My friend didn't want to come with me. He was too tired. He was a pussy. Oh well. So, and it was interesting. I'll put in some clips here, and then I'll mention what I kind of experienced. It's kind of in a summary.
See you, man.
Bam. Yep. Told you, I have to do it. Let's check this place out. So, that was the strangest strip club I've ever been to. Not for at least, well, I won't say strangest. It just confused me. Going there, beautiful area. I love the layout of it. I love the architecture. I love the stages area. I like the little bars that they had. Women, absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's a topless bar. I do have alcohol, but absolutely zero interaction. You pay tips and nothing. You just kind of look. So weird. And sitting there, I was curious. It was better light, and I was looking at reviews of the place, and I found a Yelp review that said, "Oh, I just came back here after a while, and yep, they no longer offer lap dances anymore." Anymore. So that to imply that they used to. So something might have happened that now they're not interactive with their customers. So very strange, and that's kind of a letdown, because you go to strip clubs, you want to get some tits in your face. So just want to be blunt about it. Very, very blunt. I want to get some tits in your face, and there's zero in my face. So that was a bust. Good thing though, I didn't spend any money. Well, I threw a couple bucks at a couple girls, but I got in for free, so it was alright. Anyways, on to the next adventure. So, determined to not let this night be a bust, I drove down the street, because not too far off, we got, can't see that sign, but it says American Bush. Let's check this place out. Alright, so, found some information. This is a 18 and over club, which also means it's no alcohol. Which also means they do give lap dances. Why do I say that? Because apparently there's a law in the state of Utah, that if you do serve alcohol, you can't really touch ladies, and so that means you can't really get lap dances. So that's odd. I'll give it a shot. One of those plays. Let's check it out. Oh, that was weird. So I went to this one. I'm now going to this one place called Exotic Kitty. It's so weird to get into. There's one small little entrance to drive into the lot. And it's only one way. I don't know any other way to get in and out. So what if one car was coming in, one car was trying to go out? weird.
So, in summary, I found out that the laws here in Salt Lake City, regarding adult, nudie bars, at the nudie bar, the laws here are very different from in Albuquerque. In Albuquerque, in New Mexico strip clubs, if you don't serve alcohol in your establishment, you can have fully nude dancers and fully nude lap dances as well. And if you do serve alcohol, if you don't serve alcohol, you can also have 18 and over, both customers and dancers. If you do serve alcohol, your customers have to be 21 and over, and you can only have topless dancers. You can't have full nude. And I do believe that also the dancers themselves have to be 21, but I could be wrong about that. But yes, and of course they do lap dances. And they also, of course, most strip clubs, they have a little stage that they dance on. You give them $1, they take your dollar, and most of the time they interact with you. They, put their titties in your face, slam their ass in your face, whatever. Grind your dick a little bit, whatever. So, here in Salt Lake City, it is different. And I found it out firsthand. I mentioned it before, so first place I went to is called The Trails. Very nice, upscale looking club. When you go inside there, everything looks pretty nice. It's nice. It has a cool layout, has awesome decor. Music was cool. I like the music. I'm used to in Albuquerque, freaking have really crappy ass hip hop music, that super thuggy ass, dirty ass music. I really fucking hate it. But this music was more clubby and more, dance, techno type stuff, like, EDM. There was a couple of hip hop songs that I heard, but so for sure, going in there, the dancers, fucking smoking hot. They're all beautiful. Not a single one were, overweight. They didn't have no disgusting rolls or fat. They're all, pretty good looking. They're all anywhere from they're all obviously over sixes. So 6, 7, 8, maybe one was 6, most of them were 7s, 8s, a couple 9s, no one's a 10. Very hard to get a 10. So they're all super hot. They were topless, and they took off their tops. Most of them had their nipples painted, or had pasties on. But a lot of clubs do that. One of the architecture choices of these clubs is around the stages. They have horizontal bars, pretty much waist height. So of course they have poles that you can spin around on, but they have these horizontal bars that go around the whole stage, and which is pretty interesting because then the girls can do different tricks on those poles. They can do almost gymnastic type of flipping around the pole, and it's pretty. And of course in the corners, they have of course poles holding up the horizontal bars, and they can sit in the corners and do all kinds of different things. And it's pretty, gives them new techniques that they can do that you can't do unless you have those type of horizontal bars. But it also gives you a sense of it's a wall there. It's not really a wall because it's open. It's not glass or anything. It's open and so people can throw their dollars in, and you would expect that if someone's sitting on the stage, because they have seats around the stage, that you sit on a stage, you give $1, and the girl comes and interacts with you. No, not in Salt Lake City. It's very strange, especially not in the trails, should I say. So as I was sitting there and I was kind of observing, I was like, wait a minute. This place doesn't have any type of VIP type area or seating that would accommodate like a lap dance. It's all just regular like tables and chairs for people to sit and watch and eat their food and drink their shitty beer and stuff. So I'm like, that's strange. I was sitting there watching everything. I didn't see any girls interacting with anybody. I'm getting tons of tips, people throwing balls, and they were like laughing and smiling. But pretty much, it boils down to basically is like you're basically just in there to watch. It's kind of a weird thing for a strip club. Yeah, I mean, like you could drink and they have food, and a couple of pool tables on the side. So I guess that's kind of cool. So this is more like a topless bar. Like you don't interact with the girls; they're just there. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool, but to me, that's not a strip club. Excuse me for being a connoisseur of strip clubs, but that's strange to me. So I was gonna kind of like, this is pointless for me. I when I go to strip clubs, I want some fucking titties in my face. Sorry, that's what I want. So I was like, damn it, let me do some research. Apparently, at one point in time, this club used to have some kind of lap dances. Because there was like a review on Yelp that someone did and said, "Oh, I came back here again, after being gone for a long time, and they still don't do lap dances." Or what did he say? Like, and it's true, they don't do lap dances anymore. That was all anymore. So yeah, I'm just my ass. Maybe some kind of law changed, I'm assuming. So I was curious, and I kind of did some research because downtown in Salt Lake City, there's a couple of clubs in pretty close proximity with each other. Well, there's one like really close to where my hotel is, and then just like maybe like a mile and a half down the road, 2 miles, there's like about 4 or 5 clubs that are like really close to each other. 4, yeah, I think 4. And so I did some research on them, and some of them are like the other style. They're the 18 and over. So the Trails is 21 and over because it has alcohol, it has liquor. The other ones like the first one I went to was American Bush, and this is a 18 and over club, no alcohol, and girls can be topless on stage. But here's another weird law. So if it's an 18 and over club, girls can be topless on stage, but when they give you, they do lap dances, they do interact with you while they're on the stage if you give them a tip. Here's another weird thing, like maybe it was just this American Bush, it was weird, like, if people were up on the stage giving like some tips, and there was like some people like sitting like further back, like in the row behind, that wasn't technically at the stage. People like far back in the back of the club, after the girl got off the stage, she would walk up to each one of them and like hold her like side of her panties open to kind of like, hey, slip me $1. So that's kind of unique. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. They pretty much entice you to, for everybody in the room to give them tips. So I guess it works. So, anyways, at American Bush, 18 and over, they can interact with you, and they do lap dances. However, even though it's a topless club, and I'm assuming that some places can be nude, I don't know, but apparently it is, all I saw was just toplessness, no alcohol, but when they give you lap dances, they can't be naked at all. So like they have to keep their tops on. So it's weird. So the next one I went to, like I went into American Bush, right? And it was a pretty cool club. It had its own unique style. It looked kind of old, but like it wasn't dirty or anything. It just had its own unique story. It obviously was something else like a while ago because it had several like room sections, and then like one back room with like a bunch of pool tables. So most of the strip club was just like one main area, and so like the girls were pretty cute there. You know, there was like a couple that weren't all that great, but you know, for the most part, you know, there was like two like slender looking girls, one with like blue hair and one with like pink hair. I like the pink hair one, and I asked her for a dance. I got a dance from her, so dance was $20. She took me in the back of this couch. Of course, you know, no touchy. It's pretty much par for the course, unless they're breaking the rules. It was a pretty good lap dance. You know, she wasn't bad, and she was cute, and she was friendly. And that was that. So I kind of was like, I looked at my watch. I'm like, all right. Most of these clubs around here are still up until about 2 o'clock. It's about midnight here, close to midnight. So I was like, all right. So this is my second club I went to. Let me try another one just for the hell of it. And earlier in the day, we had driven by this like Chinese kind of pagoda-looking thing that had it had like restaurants and had like a supermarket, like an Asian food market. But in there as well, I noticed there was a club. So, and it was just called like show club. And apparently the show club is actually called was it Southern Exposure? That's what it's called. And apparently Southern Exposure has like 2 different clubs in Salt Lake City, but this is one of them. And they call it Southern Exposure, like show club. So I parked. I went in there, and like the lady in the front, she was like, let me see your ID. And she's like, I'm not going to charge you a cover fee because we're going to be closing in an hour. It was like last call. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. So don't charge me. So I just walked in there, and I kind of got the vibe that it was exactly like Trails, where no lap dances or no interaction whatsoever. I kind of like stayed in there for a few minutes and kind of observed. Like, I'm pretty sure it's kind of like Trails. So, on to club number 4. This one's called, what the hell is it called? Something Kitty. Mystic Kitty? I don't remember. I'll take a little picture of the thing, I'll post it here. And this one was, this one pissed me off how to get into it. It's like a small place, but like, as you're driving down the road, what it has like what looks to be entrances, so like other like businesses nearby, and you could like pull into and maybe go to this building, but you can't. They're like blocked off with cable. There's only like one entrance, pull in with your car to get into this lot, and it's a very narrow path. Only one car can go in there in any direction. So if you're going in there and someone else is coming out, someone have to make a decision. Like, either you pull back up or I back up, or, so like that's a weird design. Well, but I guess that's the only thing to do. So I paid my interest in there, and that was weird because I was like, I guess the place is so small, they don't have like an inner space that most places have. Like you open the door, you go in, and there's like a desk, like a counter, with like a receptionist that is, give me a cover charge. There's just like a guy outside in a wheelchair. It's weird. And like a couple other guys around him, like, just being like his buddy and stuff, like just, talking to him. And he was like the guy who was like, yeah, maybe give me your entrance. I was like, okay. Because like he was giving, other people that was going in, he was like the doorman. And anyway, one other thing I noticed about these clubs, none of them give you pat downs. In Albuquerque, maybe it's because it's Albuquerque and they have fucking, gangs and shit. I don't know, does Salt Lake City have gangs? I have to look that up. But like Albuquerque, we have gangs, people like they give you pat downs, make sure you don't know weapons or knives and shit. But I didn't get patted down at all here, so it's pretty weird. So I went into this kiddie place. It was pretty small inside. I knew from the outside it would be a small place because the building was small. It was small, intimate. There was like one small stage in the middle, a section on the side that had like a little couch around the corner, and like everything like along the walls were like couches. I guess like just people were just chilling there, just watching the stage, all kind of facing the stage. Now this place was also just like American Bush, where like the girls would. This thing did have horizontal railing around the stage, but the girls would be topless. They wouldn't interact with you if you gave them a tip, down on the stage, but like they do give lap dances, and they were private lap dances. They weren't like just like taking off to the side and going to the couch. It was actually like a private like booth room, like a VIP room, where they would take you and do their thing. I did get lap dance there, and it was pretty good. Like the girls in here was also pretty fine. So I have to say, the one thing I did notice about all the strip clubs in Salt Lake City, if I give them any type of positivity, is that the dancers are all hot. There wasn't one that I noticed that were like less than a 6. And that's pretty good. Like, I mean, I'm used to, New Mexico, where you go to a club and like you'll get like maybe a 7, maybe 2 7s, possibly an 8, but most of them are either 6s, 5s, or even way below that. There's some straight up kind of nasty girls in New Mexico that can sometimes pop up that are like gut hanging out, their ass doesn't, it's all like flat. You go to a club, you kind of want somewhat attractiveness, but I guess in New Mexico they don't mind that. They like curves, but to me, like, there's a difference between curvy and just fat and just like kind of disgusting. I'm not one to talk. I would never call myself curvy. I'm fat. I'm disgusting. So I accept it. But I'm not gonna be a stripper. No, if I was a female, I wouldn't be a stripper. I would get in shape and be a stripper, but I wouldn't be a stripper. But yeah, in all Salt Lake City, nothing below a 6. Easily nothing below a 6. Most are 7s and 8s. So that's something really positive. But the whole thing with like the not interacting with when you give tips, that's kind of bothersome. And if you have alcohol and you can't get any interaction whatsoever, not even a lap dance, no interaction for tips, that's bothersome as well. So I don't know. My opinion, when I wanted to go to a strip club in Salt Lake City, I was assuming that I would see some attractiveness. Because Salt Lake City, they're all active people out here. Walking around in the last 2 days, you rarely see an obese person, like an overweight, super obese person. Like, it's a lot rarer than in Albuquerque. So they're all attractive people here. Not to sound racist or nothing, but it's predominantly white here in Utah. It's like 95% white or something. So you kind of expected a certain grouping. So no, you expect certain looks maybe. So I was pleasantly satisfied with that. That was no problem. But just the whole how they run things with, like, I guess, the laws, that doesn't sit well with me. So would I always ask myself, like, if I lived here, would I go to strip clubs as often as I did in Albuquerque? Now, granted, I don't go to strip clubs as often as I used to. So, I mean, back when I used to go to strip clubs a lot, would I go to strip clubs here in Salt Lake City as much as that? Maybe not as much. Only for, like, like I said, when I go to strip clubs, I don't want that interactivity. I would love it. And the trails would be the best place. If they gave regular lap dances, I don't care if they're fully naked. I don't care if they're not topless. I don't, put it on top, that's fine, but send me, grind my dick and put your tits in my face. So, that's all I want for a strip club. That's all, I'm a guy. I'm sorry. That's what I want. But you don't get it at these like really nice clubs that they have here. Like, well, the Trails was the nicest one, of course. The Show Club, that was nice. American Bush, not quite so nice inside. Girls are pretty, girls are cute. This kitty one as well, that one was kind of alright inside, but the girls were still hot. So expect good girls. Don't expect a lot of interactivity and to get your dick grinded unless you, don't get you're not gonna get your dick grinded with exposed boobs in your face and with alcohol in your hand. So that's basically the laws in Salt Lake City. If you have alcohol in your hand, you ain't getting any girl to even touch you. You can look, no touch you. They can't touch you. So that's my thoughts and review about the strip club scene in Salt Lake City. It was a long rant, but that's the thing. Anyways, this would be that's my second vlog in one day. So I got to edit this one and the last one. I have a lot of editing to do. I'm gonna go back up to my room. It's 'cause it's late. I'm gonna go sleep. We'll have a long drive tomorrow. So I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody have a good day and I love you.